Walter here. Forgive the reverb here. I made it to my destination, to my brother's house. We're visiting family this weekend, and I recorded a microsode on the way down. So here it is. It gets a little, not obscure, but it's definitely a showcase as to how my mind works. There's a lot of really good theories here and talking about, say, for example, the Swiss cheese model and how that affects short and long-term, not only decisions, but outcomes. So I hope you get enough information out of it, and it's something that's valuable to you. It's just something that kind of hit me, and I wanted to share. So hit me up on the We Rad Dads group page, the Facebook group page, if this is something that you like to talk about. I actually posted pictures of my vehicle and these tires, and I'm looking forward to producing more about the Swiss cheese model if you're interested. So, hey, give it a listen. Hey guys, this is CarCast. I'm driving, and talking. People do that. That's still legal, at least here in California. Anyway, I'm driving. This is CarCast, and I wanted to talk a little bit about this Instagram picture I put up. And it means nothing to basically anybody but myself, but I figured it was significant. You know, I have been wrestling with finances in the last 9 months. And I finally came to a point where I think I'm cresting out of the valley. I'm getting past the hardest part of it, and my biggest significance in this Instagram picture was a picture of my car with new tires on it. I actually went and bought brand new tires. That's right. Instead of the last couple times I actually had a tire issue, I had to buy used tires and buy them in, pairs. So I'll put the front two or the back two. And so I finally went and bought brand new, name brand tires. And I don't know what it is about that, but my son's talking in the background. I don't know if you can hear him. You're totally mimicking me, aren't you? It's okay. So I got these new tires, and it just made me feel like a man again. And it was so simple, tires. Tires is not something that you would think would make me feel like a man. But after having gone through that lull, having gone through that financial hardship, and wondering whether or not you're going to make it if you have to sign up for social welfare programs, getting to the point where it's like, I just dropped the money yesterday, and it was a no-brainer. Now, granted, I don't live extravagantly. I live in an apartment, and I drive a modest car that's probably over 20 years old now, almost 20 years old. But it works for me, There's something about a humble, modest lifestyle that works for me. Well, first of all, it has to, but back to the tires. I realized after an event with my friend in the car where I lost traction, and I realized the consequences of that. And at the time, I was going through a canyon, a big canyon. If we had slipped off the road, if there had been a little more sand on the road or something like that, something bad, really, really bad would have happened. And I looked at my tires, and by and large, driving around in the city streets, no big deal. But the one chance of something catastrophic happening, that I couldn't take that risk, especially knowing that this is the vehicle that I cart my son around in, and myself. I couldn't imagine if something were to happen to either of us, let alone both of us. So, it was an obvious choice. It was a safety need. The tires were worn out, and I just went for it. And now I've got this sense of security. Maybe that's part of it. Maybe that's why buying new tires makes me feel like a man, especially nowadays. It makes me feel like a provider. It makes me feel like, and in actuality, it provides a layer of safety for my son and myself. It's insurance to a degree, knowing that I don't have to worry about my tires for the next 3 years at least. And to boot, I got a heck of a value. So anyway, I wanted to kind of correlate this to a couple of things, and one of which is the Swiss cheese model, which is something, again, that I was exposed to. Swiss cheese. I was exposed to during my leadership training in the wildland fire realm. And essentially the Swiss cheese model is just as it sounds. Ooh, look, big tractor. Sorry, squirrel. The Swiss cheese model is as exactly as it sounds, where if you look at Swiss cheese, a slice of Swiss cheese has holes in it, and that's, based on the process. I won't go into how Swiss cheese is made, mostly because I don't know, and secondarily because it's not that relevant other than knowing that there's holes in it. Now, Swiss cheese by and large is amazing, right? It's still an amazing cheese even though it has holes in it. But the idea is, in a block of Swiss cheese, if you take a bunch of slices and put them together, through 3, 4, 6, 7 of these slices, there's these holes. And the theory goes that most of your life can be complete, but if there's this one hole of security or safety or something that you didn't secure or identify in your risk management process, which is another PDF that I'm going to be putting out, but I digress. If there's something that lines up to go straight through these holes in your life, essentially these are the catalysts for catastrophe. In my case, the hole in the Swiss cheese was the worn out tires. Now, oftentimes we don't see the worn out tires until we're experiencing the accident. We can all say this with our bomb craters. Man, that was kind of an epiphany at the same time as I said it. But yeah, I mean, look at our bomb craters. Look at how many different contributing factors went into that. It was not one thing. And think about how, this one occurrence passed through all those holes, and that was the result. As a negative item. And we always see the negative item, but we don't see everything leading up to it. So what I'm getting at here is to start identifying the holes in your Swiss cheese of your life. Are they worn out tires? Could that have led to an accident? Or is there some unsafe condition around your house? Is there some part of your life that you are ignoring? Now, this is much more relevant to us. Is there some part of your life that you're ignoring because it's uncomfortable? For me, it was my finances. I didn't know anything about my finances. It was uncomfortable because I didn't have any money. But ignoring it didn't change the fact that I didn't have a lot of money. All it really did was mask my spending habits, so I didn't have to think about, do I have enough money for this? I just kind of shrugged my shoulders. And that's exactly what I did. I'll tell you what I did with this Swiss cheese hole and what led to me buying my new tires and not worrying about it. Every day I got into my finances, every single day, and I started logging every single cent that I either spent or made. And I went back and figured out exactly what I needed to live. I figured out exactly what I spent on groceries. I cut all excess expenditures like coffee or drinks with friends or vacations or any of that stuff. I cut it out. And what I found was, first of all, I could be saving better. I could be spending better. And in the end, when I started doing, not only looking at my finances every day, it created a habit. And through that, it allowed me to see the holes there and to how to plug them, patch them, get around them, to where I'm at right now, where I have a much more commanding grasp of my money. The tools are out there, guys. We're in a mobile economy. We're in a mobile lifestyle. It's all on your phone. It's right there in front of you. Very few of us have a wad of cash at home and kind of dole it out as we go. I mean, frankly, it comes down to a mindset of scarcity when it comes to your money, and that's where I was. Scarcity. I was scared, and I just didn't know. Well, arm yourself with knowledge, guys, right? Knowing's half the battle. Does that sound familiar? It does to me. Hey, and that's a big hint as to some product that I've got coming up as well. So keep an eye out for that. Hey, it's supposed to be a microsode, turned into a kind of a tirade, but I think it was important. I think it was, hopefully it's something that's valuable to you. It was certainly valuable to me. It opened my eyes. Yeah, buddy? We'll get back to looking at tractors in a second, but I wanted to take a minute out and let you guys know what was going on in my life, celebrate a win and a why. I think that's something we need to focus on a little bit more, is the why. Why did we win? How did we win? It's not so much the winning itself. It's how did I get here? Quite frankly, the tires are great. But how I got to being able to afford new tires was even better, because I know that is a lifestyle change that can last the rest of my life, and a legacy that I can pass on to my son, a lesson. That's what it's all about here, guys. Anyway, I wanted to take a time out and let you know about that and conclude the first CarCast. Well, technically it's the second, but this is the first you'll hear probably. The first one I did was the very first day I got laid off my last job. At some point in the future, I'm going to publish that. Well, if you're interested. Anyway, I hope you're doing rad things out there, dads. Make today rad. Enjoy your weekend. Enjoy your week. Put your best foot forward and keep moving down that path. All right, so stay up, stay connected, and stay rad, dads. I will talk to you soon. Take care. What are you gonna say, bud? Did you say stay rad, dads? There it is, stay rad, dads from the authority. All right, guys, I'll talk to you soon. Bye.